Yo, Marvel Legends fans, right now we're here at PulseCon 2022, and one of my favorite parts, genuinely, being on the Marvel Legends team is meeting new members of the toy community. And today I have the honor and privilege of talking to two members within that toy community, that toy family. So first up, I want to introduce a really cool and awesome man named Mr. Garrett Hoyer. Garrett, say hi. Hi.
Hi.
Awesome, man. And also right next to him is not only Garrett's father, but he is also a Super Bowl champion, a pro NFL quarterback for the New England Patriots, Mr. Brian Hoyer himself, needing no introduction. Brian, welcome to the show.
Hi, everyone. Thanks, Dan, for having us.
Yeah, no. Let's jump right into this. Brian, let me start with you, man. Like, in Marvel Legends, we love to talk about origin stories, right? Like, how did you first get into toy collecting? When you first reached out to me and when we first talked, I was honestly kind of surprised, man. I was like, oh man, Brian Hoyer collects Marvel Legends figures. I was flabbergasted, man. So can you talk us through your origin story with that? Like, how'd you get into Marvel and things of that nature?
Yeah, for me, I think, it started with the X-Men animated series on Fox on Saturday mornings back in the early 90s. My brother and I, we lived for that. That was what we'd always wait for. And then, of course, back in the day, you had, stores like Toys R Us, KV Toys, and you go there and then you'd see the here they are. Here's the heroes in toy form. And, we started collecting and it kind of became our thing that we would do, which led to comics. And, for me, it was either sports or Marvel, and that's how I kind of grew up. And so now to see what you guys have done, starting from these Toy Biz toys, I actually brought some of my old ones here, these little tiny figures. So what you guys do now is so cool to be able to show him. And I've got to share the X-Men animated series with him now because it's on Disney Plus, and he really likes watching it. And so it kind of just grew from there.
Yeah, Garrett. So like, does your dad force you to watch the X-Men cartoon? Like, what's your passion? Like, how'd you get into Marvel, man?
He doesn't really force me. I just wanted to watch what he watched when he was a child. And one time we went to go watch the Guardians of the Galaxy movie, and we really liked it. So we got the figures.
Nice.
We also liked the figures. So, and it reminded him of his childhood. So he started collecting all the other figures.
Wow. So you're the one that like got your dad back into collecting, huh? So I got to thank you, man. Thank you, Garrett.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, then. What are your favorite figures so far? Like, starting with you, Brian. Like, what do you remember? I remember KB Toys and Toys R Us 2, and I love those like '90s like Toy Biz toys. But was there a specific line or toy that really touches upon your nostalgia? Like, what are you really into still?
Yeah, like I said, I think it all started with that X-Men animated series. So the classic X-Men teams, like the Wolverine, the Gambit, the Cyclops,
Nice.
Rogue. I remember a story, like my brother and I, we could not find the Rogue Toy Biz figure for like the longest time. And we finally found it at this comic shop. And of course they upcharged it. So we had to put our money together to get it. So those were some of my favorites. And then I actually brought some of them here. Like, we got like the old Domino.
Nice. Look at that.
The Banshee, which I know, Domino just came out. The Sunspot. Yeah, you can show them the classic Wolverine.
Oh, nice.
We got the team suit Wolverine.
That's the best one.
That's the best one, huh?
This is Warpath. Yeah, we love these. So for us, it was kind of cool as brothers to share. And then we mentioned with Garrett, like, I think the first ones of the new Marvel Legends we started collecting was after we saw Guardians of the Galaxy. And I think at that time, Toys R Us was still around. So we went through and we saw them, and I'm like, this looks familiar. And then, of course, you guys sucked us in with the Build-A-Figure. I think it was Groot.
Yeah.
And we had to get them all anyways to be able to build Groot. And then I think we were just hooked.
Nice. Gary, you just mentioned, Team Suit Wolverine's your favorite. Was there any other, like, were you always into toys too, just like the X-Men stuff? Or did you find your dad's old collection? Like, how did that happen?
Not really. I really do like X-Men though. Like X-Men is one of my favorite Marvel shows or series type thing. So Yeah, I really like the X-Men show on Disney Plus and stuff.
Cool. I mean, is there any other, like, you guys mentioned Guardians of the Galaxy multiple times. What's your favorite, like, movie or MCU show or Disney Plus thing? Like, I heard from your dad, he kind of told me that you really like the MCU figures, right? So is there any, like, MCU figure that we've put out recently that, you know, are top of mind to you as, like, the best figures?
Yeah, I really like. I have it right here.
Nice. The Thor
The
figure?
new Thor from
This.
the movie, yeah.
Yeah,
And you have your other.
and I also have from the No Way Home this Spider-Man with the Inside Out suit, really,
Nice.
which I also really like.
Yeah, I think it's kind of reversed. You know, for me as a kid, you know, I really didn't know much about Avengers. I only knew about the X-Men, and that was kind of what I followed. And you know, now it kind of has flip-flopped with Marvel Studios. You know, obviously a lot of those movies came out before he was born or he was too young to watch. So we've kind of got a chance to go back and rewatch them together. And now I would say we've become more of the Marvel Cinematic Universe fans. I kind of have the nostalgia of the X-Men, and that's kind of what I think we share is the Disney Plus. And now with some of that stuff, you know, bringing that X-Men into it, it's been fun to kind of have that crossover.
That's awesome to hear, because I'm the same way as you, Brian. Like, I was into X-Men, you, Garrett, too. I was totally into that X-Men cartoon, and I was slowly just learning more and more, and that's how I got into comics, you know what I mean? So that's really awesome to hear. I guess, like, for me, I don't get to hear that many relationships of, like, father and son collecting Marvel Legends, like, to be honest with you. I always hear from the dads like you, Brian, all the time, but I never get to hear it from, like, Garrett's perspective, right? So Garrett, like, as you're collecting with your dad, how's that feel? Like, is that weird? Does he force you to like collect some Marvel Legends stuff? You could be honest, don't worry.
Not really. It's just great to have something to do with my dad all the time. Like when there's a new movie that comes out, we would always try and get the figures. So yeah, it's great.
He knows what to do when he goes to Target with his mom. He'll FaceTime me like, "Hey, Dad," right?
Yeah, and I just got myself for a collection because I really like Spider-Man too. It was like a throwback kind of like original Spider-Man and like a Mary Jane Spider-Man.
No, that's awesome. What about you, Brian? Same question, I guess, but like from a father's perspective, like it must mean a lot to you to like connect with your son in that way.
Yeah, it's been fun. I think, you know, I think in the community they call it hunting out there hunting for the toys, and we go out there and obviously with now being a member of, you know, Pulse, Hasbro Pulse, a lot of times we pre-order them because I just want to make sure that I secure that figure so that when it comes out, we have them. You know, and I think a big part of it, like he said, is, you know, when you see a movie come out, you're like, we're already guessing, oh man, which characters are going to get made into Marvel Legends and how are we going to collect them? And we've kind of assembled this collection in kind of Garrett and his sister have a room where they can kind of hang out, and we got a big glass case and we set them up on, you know, stands and everything. So I'm going to send them a picture so they have it for this, but it's been fun. And so now, like I said, when we go to Target, we always check the aisle to see what's out. Unfortunately, Toys R Us isn't around anymore, but that was kind of, while it was still around, that's what we used to do.
No, that's awesome to hear. And then to hear that you guys go out hunting, yeah, so fans out there, if you see Brian and Garrett, they might be hunting for Marvel Legends figures, all right? So watch out for that. I guess you were talking about, you know, that experience of like seeing a movie and then thinking in your head already, oh, what characters are they going to make, right? So I guess my question to you, Garrett, first is, you know, what character that we haven't revealed yet or made yet, what characters would you like to see us make?
Probably the villains from Spider-Man No Way Home.
Okay.
That'd be great to just have those in my collection.
Okay, noted. I'll tell Dwight.
I think a lot of people want those.
Yeah. Okay, what about you, Brian? Anything that's in your collection that, or not in your collection, I should say, that you want us to make?
You know, I think there's like now with obviously we're watching the She-Hulk series, you see like Abomination come back. Like, oh man, how great would that be? I'm sure that's a build a figure down the road. What I thought was really cool is we watched Moon Knight and Scarlet Scarab, you know, because she kind of emerged at the end out of nowhere. She had a really cool reveal. Like, I thought that would be cool. We really liked that. Garrett mentioned, you know, obviously No Way Home was such a huge movie, bringing all these universes together. So having some of those guys would be great. I know you guys I've already pre-ordered it, the three Spider-Man pack.
That's really awesome to hear. And I love Spider-Man No Way Home. So yeah, I think I could promise to both of you guys that more characters are coming. So you guys will have to be patient there. But one question I had for you, Brian, specifically, because you are, you know, an NFL pro quarterback, right? Like, what's that like in terms of, have you ever brought like a figure to the locker room, or do you know any NFL, like other NFL players that collect like figures or things of that nature? What's that like?
I haven't met anyone who does the figures, but we have a lot of Marvel fans. Like, there's a few guys in our training room. Anytime we see something coming out about Marvel, we're always talking about it. And, you know, a few of the other teammates. So through those conversations, it's kind of brought up, and I show them the pictures. They're like, man, that's really cool. I mean, I think the thing that I realize is, like, you know, I showed you, you know, these old Toy Biz figures.
Yeah.
And, you know, to see where you guys have taken it to, I brought my favorite one.
Oh,
is this Sam Wilson, you know, yeah. And so to me, like, to see how far you guys have come, how real they are to the likeness of the actors, how accurate the suits are. I think us as Marvel fans, we all get excited when you see like a comic accurate suit in a show or a movie, and then to see you guys, you know, take that and make, you know, these really cool toys with it is pretty cool for us.
Well, I'm sure Dwight, if he's watching this right now, he's very gleeful and happy that you said that. So thank you from the bottom of our hearts on the team. It's awesome to hear that from you guys. You know, before we go, we actually had a surprise for you guys. I told Brian fans in advance that he was going to be unboxing something for us. So I heard what both of you kind of liked. So in a box, I sent you guys two things. One of them is going to be a brand new reveal. So Brian, why don't you and Garrett do us the honors and reveal what's in the box, all right?
All right, here's the box. I'll do this and I'll let you open it, okay?
All right.
Don't want you playing with anything sharp. It was very hard to not open this ahead of time. I'm just telling you. It's been sitting at our house for almost a week. So
I appreciate it.
I made it. My wife put it in her closet so we wouldn't be tempted. All right. Why don't you go, Garrett?
All right.
All right. There should be two items.
Oh, he's been waiting for this.
Look at
We both have.
Nice. So I knew you guys were a big MCU fan, and I knew that Moon Knight was one of your favorite Disney Plus shows. So I got an early sample of Moon Knight for you guys. Garrett, that one's for you. And
There you go, bud.
So the next item is going to be a brand new thing that we haven't revealed to anybody, and hopefully you guys will both like it. Ready? Show us what it is.
Go ahead. Are you kidding me? This is so cool. This is straight from my childhood.
Yep.
It's the best.
Wow. This is great. We have this one here.
Exactly.
It was meant to be.
Wow, I didn't even know that you guys were going to bring that.
That is so cool.
So don't give away the rest of the wave, Brian. So don't flip it over because we're going to reveal the rest later. But that one's for the both of you guys. But yeah, thank you so much.
Awesome.
So what are your thoughts, first of all? Like, what do you think?
These are really great figures. I've been waiting for this because this is one of my favorite characters in the MCU. So I'm really happy about this Moon Knight.
Yeah, I know we talked about earlier just the attention to detail you guys have. I mean, people at home who are waiting for this figure, I mean, it looks so much like the show. It's incredible how you guys, you know, come up with this, and really for us to be able to display this and kind of bring the show to life in our home is really cool. And then for me on this one, I mean, this is the card, everything. It reminds me of, you know, going to Toys R Us and trying to find these with my brother. Obviously, Wolverine and in his team suit. And I can still remember the comic where all of them had the blue and yellow suits on, which was cool because as a kid, you always loved seeing Wolverine, and then all of a sudden he's got his team issued suit, which is really cool. And oh man, this is very nostalgic for me, and thanks for letting us be a part of it. This is going to definitely go right into our X-Men collection in our storage case.
Yeah, no, thank you guys for being part of the community, and thank you for being Marvel Legends fans. And yeah, thank you for joining us for PulseCon 2022. Yeah, guys, keep collecting, keep going out hunting. If you see Brian or Garrett in your local Target or Walmart, just know that they're hunting for Marvel Legends, all right? Any last words, guys, before we sign off from PulseCon?
Just thanks so much.
Yep,
we you know, like I said, to be able to be a part of something that we always wait to watch. I wait for the countdown, and if we're not together, we'll wait and watch together. So it's cool to be a part of. It's cool to have something that you guys create that brings us together, something for us to share, and something that we really enjoy. And so thank you and Dwight and Ryan for those, and for everybody else on the team.
Yeah, no, we are so honored once again, like I said, to have you guys part of the community. And yeah, enjoy and stay tuned for more PulseCon, because I'm telling you, we're going to finish off that wave. And if you like that team suit look, you're going to be very, very happy, Brian. Don't worry about it. All right? We'll take you guys back.
Awesome.
See you guys later. Peace out.